Welcome back and thanks for stopping by again. This is the second video in my Paper Dolls Altered Book Challenge. I've had a couple people that are going to do the challenge, so I am going to continue to post little short videos here and just show you some ideas and what my pages look like as I go along, giving some ideas for other people, and they're giving me ideas as well. So here's my first page with my fold out. I showed that in the last one. And then here's my next page. And I did a altered book background, a mixed media background with some modeling paste, paints, stencils, sprays, and whatnot. You can do your backgrounds any way you'd like. And then I came up with a poem. I made a poem that says, "Dress in your best and come for tea. Be on your best behavior, speak eloquently. Sit with back straight, napkin gently placed on your knee. Oh, how I love a midday tea. Over fine china we can discuss our passion and chat all afternoon about the latest fashion." And it's got a teacup down here with some pretty china, and then I've got a spot right here where I've got a stacked china cups that are stacked. I just can't find it in my focal, so I need to find that. It's going to go right there. And I've added embellishments, so I used some twine that was blue and white to make little bows on her dress. I've added some stickles to her barrette and her shoes. On this one I added a feather and a jewel in her. She had a little black feathery looking thing, and I just made it more three-dimensional. And then I added a girl to this edge so that when she's laid down, it shows the next page. And then I'll show you real quickly how to do that and get a really good nice edge. And then when you flip it, here's that page I showed you, and I did a black background behind this page, added my next girl, and then did some flowers and a bird on a branch. Okay, I've got my next layout ready to go. I'm going to add this image to the side, the sailor suit girl. I may leave her on, I'm not sure yet. But I just want to show you real quick how to add the girls to the side, in case you were wondering. In fact, somebody asked me how I did that. So what I do is, here's the very edge of my page, and you want the farthest edge to be touching that edge. So she's going to go right about there, so I'm going to trim that person off. But what I usually do is I make a line. I make a line straight with my scissors, and then a line at the top, down to that point where I think that I'm gonna cut the top and the bottom. And then what I do is I leave the right side of it on and attached, because I'm going to Mod Podge this down. I'll find where the farthest edge out is, which is her foot, and get that all the way to that edge. And so she's going to go on like that. So now what I'm going to do is leave all that on for now, and I'm going to fussy cut around this. I'll decide if I'm going to leave her on or not. I'll probably leave her on, lay it down, see what it looks like, and decide if I'm going to leave her. But I'm going to fussy cut all that out, and then I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, I've trimmed her out. I've decided to keep both girls, and I decided to put her down here at the bottom. I did cut out this other girl. I didn't do a neat trim job. I just cut her out so that I can possibly save as much of her as possible to use her somewhere else in the book. But if there's nothing else there, if it's an image on a pattern when there's nothing next to her, then you don't need to cut anything off the side. You just need to be sure that the farthest point is to the edge of the paper. So now I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge the images down. Okay, now that these two are Mod Podged and dry, I'm going to come back in and trim this out, and I'm going to go to that spot where I made that line straight up, and I'm going to make my first little cut right there, and then I'm going to start trimming this out. And the reason I Mod Podge it to the page first and then trim it is you get this really super clean edge. If you try to cut your girl out first and then glue her down and then try to cut the page on the edge again, they're not going to be cut together. If you cut them together, they just turn out a lot nicer. So that's why I do it like that. And so I'm going to just trim around this. And trim up to that spot. And trim out all this. And then at the top, let me turn my book around here. You're going to want to do the same thing. Where you made that line where you want to connect it to her head is where you're going to cut straight down your page. Okay, and I'll finish it and then I'll show you. So here's what you end up with. You end up with this nice smooth cutout image. Your girl is off the edge. It's nice and smooth. Let me get up close so you can see. See that nice smooth image? And then I just went straight up from her head and I rounded my corner up here just for interest. I hope that helps you and gives you some ideas of how to put your girls on the edge of the page. If you're having trouble finding old vintage sewing patterns, like I gave in the first video, I talked about looking for them on eBay. You can also do a search online for free vintage sewing machine pattern images, and I have found some interesting ones there that you could print out and use printed out images if you didn't want to use sewing patterns. I like the sewing patterns just because of the color of the material and they're vintagey, but it doesn't matter. It's your book and you want to play with it any way you want to play with it. Here's a coloring book with some Art Nouveau designs, and I even thought I might want to color one of these. Let's see, there's some skinny ones in the back here, and I thought I might want to take one of these Art Nouveau images and add her to my book. She'd be beautiful along the edge, and I could still put some sewing pattern girls in there with her and layer it, do the layering and do it with the Art Nouveau girls from a coloring book. So there's lots of other things you can do. Someone recommended even a calendar. There are calendars out there with that are Simplicity Sewing, vintage sewing patterns. The covers of them on a calendar. So look around, see what you can find. Paper dolls are, you know, they're just paper dolls. When we were kids, we dressed them up and we'd fold the tabs under and you change their clothes and you decorate them. And that's basically, I'm calling this paper dolls because of the fold out. And there's other people online doing takes on it, you know, like I said, like Lori Marie Jenkins. And it's whatever you want to make your book, though. Put your images in it that you want. I love the sewing machine patterns or the sewing patterns because I love the images. I like the fashion, the vintage fashion, and the way the art was done on the covers. So use whatever you have, use whatever you want to, make it any way you want to. It's your book. So just to give you some other ideas, patterns, look for images online, use coloring books, use calendars, and create all different kinds of paper dolls in your book. Hope you're joining along and I hope you're having fun. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and maybe it inspired you to do something different in one of your art journals. Art is therapy, so enjoy the process, and if there's anything I can help with, please be sure to leave a comment and I'd be glad to respond. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I have an Etsy account, and then I also have a PayPal me, and so if you feel guided to make a donation to help me along on my art journaling experience and be able to come back and teach more videos, I'm always greatly appreciative of any donation I receive. Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs, and I hope you had fun and come back again to see what we do next.